Attorney General Rosenblum says she's put at least one employee on paid administrative leave and started an internal investigation. News of the surveillance comes as Rosenblum is heading a statewide task force to implement a law that prohibits profiling by law enforcement. Nicole Brown is the field director at the Center for Intercultural Organizing, which signed onto the Urban League's letter of complaint. She says the incident raises a lot of questions.
We are deeply troubled by what happened, and we think that it's a serious issue and shows how profiling is a problem at the highest and most systemic levels.
But Brown says she has faith in the investigation. David Rogers is the executive director of the ACLU of Oregon, which also signed on to the letter.
Government spying of lawful advocacy groups, whatever their focus, is often designed to provide a chilling effect to discredit their activism and their speech.
Rogers points out it's also illegal for state law enforcement to collect information about people's religious, social, and political views. For NPR News, I'm Conrad Wilson in Portland.
You're listening to Morning Edition from NPR News.
This is Colorado Public Radio News with all the major stories from around the nation, the world, and around Colorado. CPR News can also be heard anytime on the new Colorado Public Radio app or online at cpr.org. Support comes from the Dairy Art Center in Boulder, presenting Mélange à Trois, an afternoon of trios, part of the Soundscape Matinee Music Series, November 18th at 2 p.m. Learn more at thedairy.org.
News happens everywhere, overseas.
At first, refugees rest in the shade near a train line just inside Croatian territory.
Around the country.
At the Napa County Fairgrounds in Calistoga, more than 600 evacuees woke up to overcast skies.
Wherever you are, All Things Considered takes you to the story. Listen every afternoon. Around the state and around the world, every day you hear news from All Things Considered and Colorado Public Radio News.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Dave Mattingly. The Pentagon says it's still assessing whether a U.S. drone strike in Syria has killed Mohammed Emwazi, a British man known as Jihadi John. Emwazi was in a vehicle targeted by a drone in Raqqa. A Pentagon official says it could take weeks to confirm his death. British Prime Minister David Cameron calls Emwazi the lead executioner for ISIS. Lebanon is in mourning today after suicide bombings near Beirut killed 43 people and wounded more than 200 others. NPR's Layla Fowler reports.
The bombings went off in a predominantly Shia area on a bustling street in a very busy neighborhood. And the bombings were claimed by the Sunni extremist group Islamic State. They used slurs to describe Shia